Hi, this is Darlene Griffiths, and this is my case study for Truman Elementary School for data analysis and assessment. So Category 1, Problem Identification and Analysis. What do I know? Well, I have been the principal at Truman for 2 years, and prior to that, I was in the district, but then moved to Truman. So Truman is the largest school in the district. It houses pre-kindergarten through 8th grade students. So there's about 700 students. There are 3 classes at each grade level, 1 preschool class, and then grades 7 and 8 are divided into teams. We have 15% of our student body who are on free and reduced lunches, and 5% are English language learners, which typically speak Spanish. There's an area of concern at Truman. It is reading. Our standardized test scores show that students do worse in reading than in math. They seem to be losing ground as a cohort and losing ground from grade to grade. So the PTO has come to me because they've noticed these poor reading scores being published in the paper, and they want me to come to their next meeting and address their concerns. The community seems to have a negative opinion of our reading instruction at Truman. So I have gone in and I have observed reading instruction in the classrooms, but I've also brought in the district reading supervisor to take a look and make recommendations. And so we've each done an observation, and she has come back with some recommendations for our reading curriculum. So she suggests that, well, she saw that there was whole group instruction used most of the time. The Basel method was used almost exclusively. Whole class instruction was given to all students regardless of their level, whether they were high, low, or medium. There were few reading strategies taught, and instruction did not seem to be aligned with research-based best practice. So we have been made aware of a grant opportunity from the State Department. It's available to districts that house grade kindergarten through 4th grade for a 2-year period. We have to show gaps in student performance and in areas of high poverty. And the grant is to be used to address and support reading issues. So what do I need to know? Well, first off, is there a common reading curriculum being used K through 8? If so, what is it? Is it research-based? Have all teachers attended training for the reading curriculum? If this has been an ongoing problem, why hasn't the reading specialist offered assistance before now? What data is available to help us divide students into skill groups? Which students are on grade level? Which ones are not? Are there certain grades that need more support than others? Are other assessments showing the same results as the state test? And do teachers know and understand what's going to be assessed on that test? And then what do teachers need to be effective? Does Truman Elementary meet all the criteria to qualify for the grant? Are teachers even interested in doing the work to apply for the grant? What other factors could influence this loss of ground in reading by cohorts and from grade to grade? Is there mobility issues, English language learners, socioeconomic status problems, or other demographic data that needs to be analyzed? So to identify the problem, first off, reading curriculum is number 1. We want to improve those student scores. We want the parent and community perception of our school to change to a more positive one. We want common instructional strategies across grade levels, and we want to apply for that State Department grant. So the plan of action. Well, first off, let's address those standardized test results and look at our curriculum. So curriculum standards, they need to be revised. They need to be aligned with the state standards. We need to offer more than 1 hour of instruction for reading. Instruction needs to have balanced elements of reading, and we need to differentiate that instruction for different students of different skill levels, whether it be high, low, or medium. And then obviously we need professional development for all teachers in order for them to be able to do that in their classrooms. So the reading scores need to be analyzed. Are there other assessments that we're giving that give the same results? Do teachers know and understand the standards that are being assessed? And could we use those interim assessments before the state test to check for student understanding and see whether there's gaps and areas where we need to improve before we give that state test? We need to address that community perception. First, I'm going to go in and I want to listen to the concerns of parents. And then I want to inform them of our plan of action to address the reading concerns, ask them for their input and their help with this. And I want to bring in teachers to teach parents how to help their child at home. We also need to come up with common instructional strategies. From grade to grade, we need to be on the same page. So professional development for all teachers, ask them what they need. We want to align that curriculum to the standards so that everybody's teaching to the standards. We want to vary our instructional strategies to meet the needs of all students. We want to make that extra time in the day for reading, make it more than 1 hour, and give the teachers time to collaborate. When something is new, give them time to reflect on their practice, share what works, what doesn't work across grade levels, and work together. The State Department grant. Are we going to apply for that? We have to determine our eligibility first. We have to analyze and show that we qualify for the grant, both through the instructional program analysis and student test result analysis. Ask teachers to help make up a grant committee, and then offer them assistance where needed to complete that grant application. So category 3, promote the success of all students. That's what we're here for, success of all students. So obviously we need to look at the curriculum. It needs to be overhauled for reading, and it needs to be aligned with the standards. We need more than 1 hour of instruction in reading. Instruction needs to include balanced elements of reading, and then we need to differentiate our instruction for all students. For test scores to improve, do students score the same on other assessments? Could we use those interim assessments given before the state assessments to check for student understanding and do some correction there? Can we give screeners to pinpoint areas of student need so we can offer targeted instruction? Are we letting parents know that there is going to be a test, a very important test? Are we informing them, please make sure that your child gets a good night's rest and eats breakfast that day of the test? So to debrief, what was I thinking, feeling, and valuing? Well, of course, number 1 is students and teachers. I definitely want to address the concerns of the parents because I want them on board with us. I was wondering why are scores so low for reading and only slightly higher for math. So math is probably another area that we'll need to tackle next. What can I do to make improvements, and how can I help the teachers improve? Some unresolved issues. The State Department grant, do we qualify for that? Professional development is needed. Is it available? If so, what is the cost? The cost of a reading curriculum overhaul. Obviously, we want something that's going to be continuous from K through 8th, and what is the cost of that going to be? And then, are parents willing to help their children and the school by becoming partners? And what do the teachers want or need? So how did I engage families and the community? Well, first I want to address the parent concerns at the PTO meeting. Offer evening sessions to teach parents how to help their child at home. I want to document this transformation of the reading curriculum with social media, whether it's the school's website or the Facebook page. Ask parents to help with the grant application. How can they jump in and offer suggestions? Invite community members to come out and be reading pals, or bring in therapy dogs to help the children read. How did I respond and communicate to the community regarding their concerns? Well, I want to address those concerns. I don't want to just leave them out there floating, wondering, what are you going to do at Truman? So I want to address those at the PTO meeting. I want to document the transformation so that those that don't come to PTO meetings still know that we are working on the issue. I want to provide updates of the reading curriculum progress at school board meetings. That way, the newspaper person who covers the school board meetings gets it in the newspaper, and it gets the word gets spread across the town. I want to publish improved scores. So when we see improvement, let's get that word out. And then I want to invite community members to volunteer and help. So how did I use my knowledge of policies, laws, and regulations to bring about positive change? Well, we have to Follow Every Student Succeeds Act nationwide. So we want every student to be successful. We want to implement those Kansas College and Career Ready standards here in Kansas. If there's individual education programs, we definitely want to be following those and helping those students. And then as far as test protocols and procedures, are we doing things the right way? And then how did I establish an ongoing dialogue with decision makers outside of the school? Well, my parents, first off. I'm going to regularly attend those PTO meetings, keep them abreast of what's going on, post progress on the school social media so that everybody in the community knows what we're doing and how we're addressing this, report the progress at the monthly board meetings, regularly communicate between teachers and myself so I know what's working, what's not working, how can we change things to make things work better, and then I want to listen and be open to new ideas. Thanks for watching.